Hey everyone, it's Anya with the Season of Anya, and welcome back to my channel where we discuss all things yoga, magic, and witchcraft with that little sprinkle of a healing journey along the way. With that said, today I want to discuss how working with the moon cycles changed my life, my spiritual practice. For real though, game changer. Why is that? What does it mean working with the moon cycles? Simply put, life is full of ebbs and flows. Period. I was good at handling the ebbs, the flows, not so much. With that said, I've had the honor and pleasure of working with a coven for the last 5 years or so, where we show up on every full moon, every dark moon, or new moon, depending on what we feel like, essentially twice a month, to connect with spirit, connect with divinity, to connect with ourselves. When I'm referencing to working with the moon cycles, for me personally, it's not so much about doing spells. Each their own. I'm not a huge spell person. I'm not, period. But working with the moon cycles, that full moon and new moon or dark moon energy has helped me observe the natural patterns in nature and work with them. Simply put, now, before I get too much into it. So, full moon, typically about release, it's about flow, it's about celebration. The full moon signifies the completion of a cycle. So, in essence, if you are working on the new moon, all 28 days brings us to the full moon, end of the cycle. So, with that, it's a very happy go lucky time. And it's a good reason to celebrate. Even with everything in your life, all the hecticness, sometimes we forget to make room for that. Also, let's be honest, we forget to make room to release, whether it's hanging on to stagnant energy, whether it's hanging on to thoughts that just don't serve us. Me personally, I'm working on releasing fear. That is my current moon cycle juju. But that's what it's about. So we have that with that full moon energy, right? And then I'm going to move on to the new moon. New moon, when the moon is just coming out of zero illumination, complete darkness, about 1%. And that's about new beginnings. Great time to manifest. It's a great time to set intentions. It's a great time for all sorts of nonsense related to that. Now, with that said, personally, I actually don't work with the new moon a whole lot. Little tidbit that some of you practitioners may be familiar with, but personally I wasn't until I started working with my coven. The dark moon. That is the time in life, or during the moon cycle anyways, where the moon is at 0% illumination. Now, for me, as everyone in my coven calls me a bright and sparkly, as everyone know, kind of, I do identify as that very light magic, light witch, this and this, this and that. The dark moon is about embracing that polarity from the light, soft, feminine, nurturing, warm hug of the full moon. So if we were to call that type of energy the divine feminine, divine light feminine, then alternatively we have the dark moon, which is the divine dark. Now there's nothing wrong about the divine dark. In fact, me stepping into my dark is actually what helped me have a fully balanced life. A lot of times, like I grew up Catholic, it was kind of about all that love and light energy. It wasn't so much about embracing the darkness. So, with that said, dark moon. This is a great time for shadow work. This is a great time for baneful magic. Not going to go too much into that, but sometimes baneful magic can be a blessing. This is a good time for confronting your fears. Also, releasing limiting self beliefs. It's about getting rid of your ego. It's about self reflection, confronting your shadows and demons, and letting them go. In my coven, my high priestess, Taryn, through the House of Witchcraft, has given us this working. And if I'm able to, I will link it down below. I don't know if it's available to share because it's not mine. But with that said, this whole working she has for the dark moon is essentially like, I have hurt people. People have hurt me. I have betrayed others. Others have been betrayed me. Have betrayed me. I am both dark and light. That's the point. When we're able to confront our shadows, our demons, and even sit with them for a little bit, we're able to learn so much about ourselves. And I wasn't willing to confront the crap that I have done, and honestly, the crap that had happened to me, and that allowed me, and rather allowing myself to feel the pain of what's happened. So instead, what did I do? I masked my emotions and really leaned into the love and light and all that, but that's just not real life. So with that said, it working with the moon cycles has been so pivotal for my healing because I feel like I'm able to see a more clear picture. I feel like I have a better understanding of sometimes it's okay to not be okay. But also, I want to emphasize that there is a time for sorrow, a time for frustration, but there's also a time for celebration. We can't sit in either energy for too long. And that's what's so great about it because every 2 weeks or so, it's kind of like flip flopping. And that's good. That is part of that polarity. That's part of that ebb and flow. Furthermore, I'm not going to get too much into it because I want to keep this video short and sweet. Every month brings a different energy to the moon. So, for example, right now it's July. This is like that peak, right? We're just getting towards that apex of summer energy. We just passed the solstice. Now it's like, whoo. So, on a personal note, and I'm talking about you, not just me, what energies are we picking up on this time of year? What is the essence of July? What's happening around us? What how do we feel? And this goes back to working honestly with the farmer's almanac. What the heck is happening this time of year? In June, the jacarandas were blooming. In July, honestly, July is an energy I'm still working with and feeling out, but this is kind of like that last minute, all right, it's now or never. Let's just throw it all out there energy and peak. Because harvest season, again, working with the farmer's almanac and observing nature and what's actually happening in the world around us. If we were getting ready to harvest our crops in August and September, even October, whatever, what can we do right now for this moon cycle to kind of get us towards those goals? So I hope that helps. I have so much more to say about this, but I want to know, first of all, do you like this content? Give it a thumbs up if you do. I'd really appreciate it. YouTube is such a such a bear for me to do. It's a lot of work, but I'm so happy to bring you this content, and I appreciate you all for engaging. What moon cycle is your favorite? Let me know. I like the dark moon because I am a happy dark witch, and I embrace both the light and dark. So with that, thank you all so much for watching. So much love and gratitude to you on this journey. Hit that subscribe button. Love y'all.